Hello YouTube, how y'all doing today? Today we're taking a look at this really cool Bear Creek Arsenal and the combat kitten, always the combat kitten. But this is a Bear Creek Arsenal 7.5-inch 9mm side charging upper, but it's bufferless. You can see we've got no buffer tube here, and we've got a Picatinny section and a QD mount on the back side here. So this is designed for absolutely maximum concealment and portability. This is like perfect for a backpack gun or a behind the seat type of gun. You put a single point sling on it and you tension out on the sling from your body and you use that for stability. Or you can use a Picatinny mount brace on this as well. And several companies sell side folding braces that are designed to work with this Picatinny rail end cap section. This is a super compact, lightweight setup, as you can see. We're using it with Mean Arms Exo Mags. This is a 9mm magazine. It's got the ejector built into it. You want the version with the ejector built into it. You can see the ejector right there. And it has a last round hold open, as you can see. And there's a last round hold open built into the upper. So this works really simple. It's a standard blowback style upper. It's got a really nice 3-bolt M-lock aluminum handguard with a full-length top rail, as you can see. We have a CV Life acro footprint enclosed multi-reticle red dot sight on this. Very straightforward basic setup. We've got a Palmetto State Armory linear compensator on there, as you can see. And that's designed to direct all the gases straight forward and a large part of the noise away from your ear. Now, these linear compensators are fantastic for home defense. If you don't want to go the suppressor route for your home defense weapon, generally speaking, a good linear compensator will reduce the sound at your ear by 3 decibels and increase the sound downrange by 3 decibels because it's directing everything that way. Well, that does not sound like a lot, but every 3 decibels is a halving or doubling of the sound level. So if you're 3 decibels lower here, and you're 3 decibels louder at that end, I think, I'm no math expert, but I believe that's like an order of magnitude louder for the target than it is for you. And I believe that psychological warfare is very important in home defense and personal defense type of situations, even animal defense. The louder that gun is, the more likely the animal is to turn around and run like hell because it's scared. So this amplifies the sound to the target while also significantly having the sound at your ear. So linear comps are great. So check that out. But this is a really cool setup. It works with any standard lower, which this is. And you can see right here, there's just one bolt that holds the whole thing on there. It comes with this end cap. It comes with the guide rod and the spring, everything you need. It's one complete system. Basically, you take it out of the box, put it on any assembled lower, and it should work just fine for you. And you can see those Exo Mags look fantastic. And I've tested these in several other uppers extensively. They work really, really well. I want to thank Mean Arms and Gun Mag Warehouse for supplying these to us. And I've used these in a couple videos now, and I've tested them extensively, and they work really, really well. So definitely check those out. But I'm going to give a demonstration here of how you mount and use this with a single point sling, and then we'll do a little bit of shooting, and then we'll come back here and close everything up. Okay, so we got our sling here. We got our cup right here for our QD attachment. Locks right in, and there you go. Okay, now I'm going to demonstrate how this works. Okay, folks, so we got our BCA bufferless side charging upper AR here, and you can see it next to my body for scale. This is indeed a very compact little carbine or pistol, I guess, ARP. And get this guy slung up here. Okay, now one good thing about a 7.5-inch barrel length, you can kneel down and your muzzle won't go in the dirt. You see, we're still a good fist height above the dirt. Now, if you're a big, tall dude, that's probably not even a problem with a 10.5-inch. For us little combat smurfs, that's an issue with the longer barrel. So the 7.5-inch does give you that advantage. And If you're using like the new M1152 U.S. Army 9mm round, that's a plus P plus round. That's hitting about 1,320 feet per second from a SIG M17 handgun. So from this, you're going to be up over 1,550 feet per second. So you're going to be at like full-fledged 357 Magnum power level. And since it's a full metal jacket flat nose, it has really good penetration, and the flat nose gives you some level of wounding. Okay, so that would probably be a good choice for this. Okay, as far as hollow points, you're going to have to try. I've used several of these 9mm uppers now. I think this is the second one I'm testing, but this is the third or fourth one that I've shot. And you're going to have to trial and error to see what hollow points it likes. Some they like, some they don't. So if you get one of these, buy like, I don't know, 4 or 5 different kinds of hollow points if you want to use hollow points, and experiment. See which ones work for you. I highly recommend the plus P plus load because it basically gives you a 30-shot, low recoil 357 Magnum. Okay, so that's not a bad thing at all. Not a bad thing at all, folks. Okay, so the way this works, this is a Special Air Service British SAS technique. And what you're going to do is you're going to present it, and you're going to push out on the sling. Okay, push out on the sling, and that gives you a level of stability as opposed to just holding it here. So you're going to push out. All right, and it takes some practice to line your window up and all that. So if you get this, you're going to want to practice. You're going to want to just practice presenting it from high ready, presenting it from low ready. Okay, and now this particular red dot has a small window as far as enclosed emitter dots go, and I still have no problem picking my dot up. Okay, so this is a highly useful technique. The SAS and other special forces units use this technique with the MP5 SD, the tiny one, for probably 20, 25 years before we got into the world of large format pistols. Okay, so definitely a very highly effective technique, and we'll demonstrate shooting with that technique here in a little bit so you can see how it works. But this is a very, as you can see, very handy. And if you had a coat like probably even an Army field coat, now I could crank this up higher, tighter if I wanted it to. And if I was doing it for concealment, I would. With like an Army length field jacket, you can completely conceal this. So this would be great for protection details and that sort of thing. Okay, very clandestine and very, very cool and very, very fast. Like I went immediately on the target. My dot is immediately on target when I do that. Yeah, this works great. So we're going to do some shooting with this and see how it works. Also, this is light enough that you can actually realistically one hand shoot it. Or shoot it like a handgun. Like I'm right on target now at a target about 30 yards away, and my dot is steady and centered in the window. So you could definitely shoot this like a standard handgun as well. This is a very cool setup, folks. All right, let's shoot this sucker. What I'm going to do is I'm going to draw this guy from concealment. Let's see how we do here. We're going to go up a little closer so we can get a little bit of speed going on. You want to follow me up? Okay, now you can see even with this fatigue coat, only the bottom of it sticks out a little bit. If you had like a thigh height coat, this would actually conceal this whole setup pretty good, especially in a camo pattern, because that breaks up the shape and reduces the bulk. Okay, but with the knee length coat, you could actually conceal this thing. And fire for concealment, you're just going to fling your coat back, bring it up, present it like I showed you, and we'll go from there. Very easy. Okay, let's shoot back a little bit farther. You want to show the target? And I'll take a couple more shots so you can see the target. Push out. Very easy. All right, I'm out here with my neighbor, the professional redneck. He's going to do some shooting here at about 35 yards with this thing, just to show that we do have some long-range capability even without the stock on it. So he's going to present it out, And we're going to listen for the ding down here. There, you heard that, no problem. And he's transitioning between target and target. That was the bowling pin, which makes no noise. All right. All right, guys, so you got to see this thing shoot. You can see this is very, very effective. You know, we shot it out to a range of about 25 yards. And very, very good. This is obviously a weapon geared for close quarters battle. If you braced it on a log or something like that, firing it as a handgun with a two-handed grip, braced on a log or something like that, I have no doubt whatsoever that you could nail targets at 100 yards with this all day, okay? And of course, obviously, if you put one of the side folding braces on it, which I do not have, depending on the ATF's interpretation on any given week, you might even be able to shoulder it like that. It's totally up to you whether you want to do that or not, but that would give it the full same stability as a proper SBR. You know, your mileage may vary on that. The ATF seems to change their mind about that every year or two, so I don't know where the current legality is with that. If you do it, don't do it on camera. That's all I'll say, okay? But very cool, folks. This is a very, very cool, sleek, super compact little upper. One thing I will say with Bear Creek Arsenal, when you get it, pull the handguard off, make sure your barrel torque is good, put the handguard back on, Loctite it. They don't use Loctite. Inspect the bolt, inspect the torque for everything. You're going to want to Loctite this bolt right here that holds the charging handle on, because they don't Loctite that either. You're going to want to Loctite the bolt that holds the rear cap assembly on, and that's a nice big beefy Allen bolt. So you're not going to worry about that stripping or nothing. But this is like at least the 10th different Bear Creek Arsenal upper I'm reviewing. My experience with them is they make good quality parts. Where they lack, and where most economy companies and budget companies lack, is in quality control. So as long as you take those extra steps I just described and do a bit of quality control yourself, I think that this would serve you very, very well. This would be a great truck gun, a great backpack gun. You know, anything. Like if you put this in the back seat of your Cessna flying bush in Alaska, even in big bear country, if you're using M1152 ball or like Buffalo Boer 9mm plus P plus hard cast flat nose rounds, those are plenty for bear defense. And this would, you know, this would be great for meth head defense. This would be great for bear defense and everything in between. You know, really, really good setup. So I definitely like it. You don't hear from me again about this, it's because I had no problems with it. If it takes a crap in the bed, I'll do a follow-up video and I'll let you guys all know. So yeah, at this time so far, I definitely recommend this. Based on all my experience with a variety of other Bear Creek Arsenal uppers, I definitely recommend this. Thanks for watching, folks. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Free My Me out.